Hi everyone, this is Rita Michelle, and thank you for joining me under Mary's Mantle. Today I have created a new YouTube channel here and a corresponding blog by the same name, Under Mary's Mantle. And I just want to start out with talking about why I decided to do that and some of the topics that I want to cover on these platforms. And to just have a safe, I hate to say safe space, but to feel like I have a safe place to express myself. I have kept the Organic Mothering blog since 2011, and I created just this summer a corresponding YouTube channel under Rita Michelle to cover some topics that are current in the media and in American society. And it was initiated, inspired by the hashtag Walk Away campaign. So I've done 4 videos over at Rita Michelle on YouTube and posted them also at the blog Organic Mothering to explore some of these ideas that I've encountered about how Republicans and conservatives have been effectively silenced and censored by the Democratic Party and liberal leftist ideologies. So, and unfortunately, I've actually, not had any negative reaction to my ideas except by a couple of relatives. And unfortunately, I've had problems in the past with one of them, a younger sibling, cyber-stalking me, cyberbullying me at my blog. And I had the comments set to moderate. And that way they don't get published unless I allow them. But the problem is that I don't even want to see these things anymore. And I also decided to deactivate from Facebook. And I want to talk about that. I want to talk about the effects of the social media on our relationships. Our country, as we all know, is divided politically. And the division grows and grows by the day. But it didn't start with the election of Donald Trump. If anything, his election was a symptom of it. It was the reaction of conservatives who had just gotten tired of the political correctness mafia and the social justice warriors and the identity politics of the left. And they were tired of not making enough money to live comfortably. They're tired of the poor economy and so many things. So my purpose here, the overall topics are basically, I'm a Catholic wife and a homeschooling mother of one. And so I've always written a lot about topics related to Catholicism and homeschooling. And also I am very interested in simple living, the slow living movement, minimalism, cultivating that virtue of simplicity and building up the domestic church. So those are some of the topics, and politics is something fairly new for me. But back to Facebook, I had actually deleted my first Facebook account. And then about 5 years ago, I think it is, my paternal grandmother passed away. And I wanted to be able to keep in touch with those relatives, especially cousins, because it's a big family. And I wanted to be able to keep in touch with them. And I've really had no problems at all on social media with that side of my family, on my dad's side. But I then created a second account because I'm a professional dancer And I had, and I was involved in a number of homeschooling groups on Facebook. And I wanted to kind of keep the personal friends, people I personally knew and were family members, and then have another account for those groups that I was part of and managing, and in my dance business and everything. So kind of like more of a business related account for the second one. And then it just got to be too much to maintain both of them. So I deactivated the first one. Before I did that, I just brought all the family and friends over to the other account, so everybody was just on one account. But when I started this walk away campaign exploration, it really just a few relatives, a couple of siblings, and relatives on my mother's side, it resulted in my feeling like I can't be myself. I can't be myself on my own page. I can't be myself, on any of my forums. And actually having, a younger sibling whose mother I'm old enough to be following me from platform to platform, shut him down on Facebook. He follows me to my blog. I don't want to publish his comments there, so he follows me at YouTube. And I just need a fresh start. I just need a clean slate, because I know that my giving, I don't want to give in to the bullying. And I'm a person with a high degree of the quality of empathy in my personality, and I feel things. I feel other people's feelings internally, and sometimes it can harm me. It can make me physically sick to my stomach, and it can just fill me with anxiety and really just throw me off, so that I'm irritable and just not able to be peaceful for a few days, and I'm just tired of it. So I had to turn off the comments at the Organic Mothering blog. I just turned them off altogether. I tried to do it at YouTube. I don't know if that was effective or not. I haven't been able to tell yet, because no one's tried to leave a comment that I'm aware of. But and I just took one of my my other blogs, which had been dormant for some time, Moonfire Gypsy Wagon, and I have revamped it, and it is now under Mary's Mantle. So I'm hoping that with a fresh start, I can feel free to exercise my right to free speech, my right to free expression of religion, and to share conservative views without feeling like I'm going to be just bludgeoned for it. And I want some privacy, quite frankly. So I'm hoping that this will be a way to do that. But as far as Facebook goes, it wasn't just the siblings. I was starting to see too many of those political memes, and from both sides, from Republicans and Democrats, that were just unsavory, just with the goal of merely smearing somebody's character. A lot of straw man arguments, just posting these things that seem to be attempting to present an argument, but they miss the complexity of the issue. There was one that a friend of mine posted that I felt compelled to say, this is racist. It was like, the people to be afraid of are the white men with the Confederate flag stickers and USA hats. I wouldn't be afraid if I saw a black person or a Muslim or a Mexican on the street. I'm afraid of this guy with the the sticker on his car. And I just thought, that there's so much to that that's just so wrong. You can't tell someone's from Mexico by looking at them. You can't tell someone's nationality necessarily by looking at them. You can't tell that they're Muslim by looking at them, unless it's a woman wearing a hijab. But the Muslims that I met when I lived in Columbus didn't wear those. And of course, if you're a male Muslim, it's just, and now it's all, fear of the white man. That is now the most persecuted group in America is the white man. So, but what undergirds all of this divisiveness and tension and hostility is a spiritual battle, and that is what many people seem to be failing to see. So they think that this is just a political disagreement between two sides, and they don't see that, of course, Satan, that first of all, that he exists, that Satan exists, that he wants the church divided, he wants America divided because we are a powerful nation and we influence other countries all over the world. And he wants to break down the family. And it's so easy to do that now because we're falling for it. We are falling for this garbage. We're just falling for it hook, line, and sinker, and we're sinking further and further. And now I'm not on Twitter, and I never have been, but from all accounts, that's as bad as Facebook, if not worse. People have wanted to say that social media is a tool and that you can use it for good. And certainly that's true. But it can be very, very difficult, and it can be easy to let yourself be pulled down under by the negativity and by those seeking to shut you down and to be unkind to you. And, some people are not as sensitive as I am. But even in Catholic homeschooling groups, I was seeing this stuff. And what it does in general is it gives me a bad impression of people, whether it's people I know or not. But if I know someone to be an intelligent person, a level-headed person, a person with a sweet disposition, and then I see this ugly, doppelganger on social media, it just gives me a bad impression of people that I know and love. And I was talking to my husband about this, and I was telling him, God did not give us the ability to be able to read each other's thoughts for a reason. And social media is kind of like being able to read one another's thoughts, because people don't put any sort of censor in a good, in the good way, the good meaning of the word, to to think first before you speak or before you react, to really be I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, be conscientious about the type of material that you post, and not just say to yourself, oh, it's just political humor, ha ha ha, and then say something terrible about the president or about Christians or whatever. And people are not they're just not being conscientious enough about how they use this media. And the medium has become the message, and it is there is an addictive component to it, because you want to get those likes, and you want someone to post a comment that agrees with you. And even when you get negative feedback, that still feeds the addiction. I mean, think about an alcoholic. Okay, the drinking makes him sicker and sicker. It's destroying his relationships, but yet he can't control that impulse to continue drinking. It does something for him, self-medicating. And so he's getting something out of it that, in some twisted way, he experiences as a benefit. And so, I guess getting negative attention is, well, at least you're getting some kind of attention, right? Somebody's noticing you at least. So I think that it's not, it is that we forget that that there's a real person behind the screen, but we are not engaging with each other in a real life kind of way. And I think that it's poisonous in and of itself. I think that the tool, while it can be used for something good, it has more potential to do harm. And I think that we're going to have to find some better ways. We're going to have to find some different platforms, especially if you're conservative, because conservative content is just being silenced, demonetized. People are getting kicked off of these forums because they're too effective, because they're getting too much of a following. And the liberal left does not want that. Okay? So, and unfortunately, our news media is by and large biased and leftist, and our social media platforms and even Google itself make it difficult for people to express conservative views. And so I just wanted to come now to a new place where, at least if I do receive some kind of opposition, it's not from someone close to me. It's not from a sibling or other relative or a friend. It's not going to be eroding my relationships in my real life, hopefully. I can more easily deal with, John Doe from Nebraska, who I don't know, and him not liking what I'm saying, than having to contend with someone's feelings being hurt that I actually know and have a relationship in real life. Please excuse my allergy issues here. So I just wanted to say welcome to new viewers. You may, like I said, recognize me from the other channel, from another blog, but I'm going to proceed here. But if you want to go to Rita Michelle and watch some of the #walkaway campaign videos that I've made 4 of them. And, I don't know if I'll reactivate Facebook or not. I may just delete both of those deactivated accounts, and maybe I'll try Instagram, because you can message people there, and that was a big part of the benefit of Facebook, is you had the messenger feature. So maybe I can, connect with people more through something like Instagram. I don't know. I technically have an account, but I've only used it so far to text with my daughter, teenage daughter, because she likes to be able to do that. So thanks again for joining me here at Under Mary's Mantle, and please join me in this spiritual battle, and I'm hoping we can create a community here. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.